Good morning, everyone. This is Reggie with Stock Talk, and today is December 15th, 2020, and this is my market review for today. So we're going to go over SPY, VIX, the indices, and also my stock to watch for today. So let's go right in, and also let's do a quick disclaimer. Remember, this is my point of view of the stock market based off of technical analysis. You should never blindly follow someone else's trading style. Just take the information, have a good filter for information, and apply it to your trading style, your trading budget, and your trading strategy in order to be a successful trader. And also, you should not just listen to this one person. So anyway, let's roll into it. SPY. Let's start. No. Sorry, nope. Let's start with the VIX. I always want to get to the good stuff first. Let's start with the VIX. So the VIX is a fear index. If you're not familiar with the VIX, I recommend that you do take notes on that and Google it later. So the VIX, yes, as I warned yesterday, the VIX was high. So if the VIX is high, we're going to have a low day in the stock market. Yesterday was a bit weird, where we had the stock market was high in the morning and then dropped. And one thing I do recommend is you should never trade in the morning. I mean, as far as buying. Let me not say never. um, you should try not to trade in the morning unless there's certain special circumstances or there's news out and you get in quick on the stock. I do sell primarily in the morning because stocks are higher, but the between open and like maybe 10:30, 11:30, stocks are just volatile. So anyway, when the VIX is high, stocks are low. Yesterday we had we're trending upwards on the VIX. It hit the top of this Bollinger Band here, and looked like it bounced down for today. So today we may see a moderate day, not as crazy as yesterday. If it does spike up, I think again it's going to bump its head on the top of that Bollinger Band at 24 points. But it looks like we're starting to see some weakness according to the MacD here. As you see where my cursor is. So we're starting to see some weakness in the market. And so with that weakness, that means stocks will start heading back north. But according to our indicators, we're looking at an uptrend right now in the VIX. Our MacD is open, showing an uptrend. Our RSI is overbought territory and heading towards oversold. We're a little ways away from that, but that's a good sign as far as the RSI is concerned. All right, let's get to the SPY. I like to use a SPY because usually it dictates the overall market and what's going on with the market. So right now, this yesterday, if you listen to my video yesterday, it kind of blew past my prediction as far as how high it was going to go. It did maintain the support here, but did not. It kind of broke through this trend line, this red trend line here I drew. So with that breakthrough, looking at the MacD, we're downtrending. Looking at the RSI, we're going to oversold territory. So there's a bit of a divergence in the MacD and RSI. So we could be still within this little range here. And actually, look, we may have a bit of a reversal based off this candlestick from the 11th. And then yesterday we had mostly selling. We had good volume though, but mostly selling. So today I'm predicting. Let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, so I'm predicting we're gonna have an upward spike in the morning, and it may start heading down again in the afternoon. But this is the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart. We're heading up. Is going back to this trend line, so may respect this trend line and stay within this above this trend line all day. Let's see what the MACD tells us. The MACD is okay. The MACD is looking like it's going towards a reversal. And you see this blue line is heading towards the red line, and once it crosses, then we're looking at an uptrend. And our RSI is also supporting that uptrend because right here in the middle, right here around 40, and so these lines have already crossed towards oversold, overbought territory, which is good. That means there's more buying in the market. However, looking at this trend in it, it does need to break past the 63-point mark to have a reversal of the RSI. But look like we're heading upwards for today on the SPY, which is an indication of overall market. So we're looking up. I'll be careful in the afternoon. I probably wouldn't make any major moves until around 1, 2 o'clock to get confirmation. but just we just keep an eye on it. Depends on your trading style and your strategy. Let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial. The Dow Jones Industrial basically is small cap stocks, all the little guys, right? And that's where all the money is right now. And that actually on the 4 hour shows the SAR indicator is showing a downtrend in Dow Jones Industrial, but the Dow is trading within this range here since beginning of the month, between 55 points and 52 points. So we're in that little trend, the little range there, which is good if you're putting on like an iron condor, you're doing spreads, you're doing butterflies. It's good for those type of option strategies. Let's look at the daily. Yep, daily still shows downtrend, so we may break below this mark. We'll have to keep an eye on it right now. I believe we're close to $54 in pre-market. This one shows 53. I don't. For some reason, TradingView doesn't properly show pre-market for some reason. But anyway, yeah. So we maybe just keep an eye on that. We just need volume. We're see this right here. Where my cursor is the red line. That red line is average volume. We're below average volume, so we need volume in the market. I believe a lot of people may be waiting for after the S&P Tesla joins the S&P 500 because that is going to shake up the market a bit. There's going to be a lot of buying for institutional investors. There's going to be a lot of selling, I believe, on Friday from retail investors. That's the little guy. That's us. So we have RSI is in way oversold territories. There's a lot of selling, and it's still selling off. So be careful on the Dow Jones Industrial, but would be a good entry point because be honest with you, in these indices, when they're trading below this moving average on the Bollinger Band, this red line here, that's usually a good entry point if you're going long. We're consolidating too, so at some point there's going to be a huge movement in the stock market because a lot of our look at that, a lot of our indices are range bound, excuse me. So let's look at the IWM. That's the Russell. And I'm sorry, Russell. Excuse me, I mixed it up. Russell is the small cap. It's a lot of information. It gets jumping in my head. The Russell is the small cap. 3,000 small caps companies, and the Dow Jones is 30 companies. It's a price weighted index. So excuse that correction. So at the end of the day, we're just looking at technical analysis. The background story is kind of irrelevant for me, especially when you swing trading. But anyway, so now we got the right information. We have this trend line is following. So the Russell is pretty strong. The Russell has a lot of volume. However, our MacD is crossing over, as you see. That blue line has crossed just slightly the red line, and we have a downtrend developing on the small caps. How much of a downtrend? And I look, the RSI is also trending down towards the oversold, so there's starting to be some selling in the Russell. So it looks like long term we're still in a sell-off in the market overall. Even though we're having spikes up. Like today we're up, but again the high of the day is gonna be 193 on the Russell, and it's gonna hit his head. And most likely hopefully respects this trend line. So we'll have a range of 193 and 188 on the Russell. So let's keep an eye on that. And my watch of the day is Genius Brands. And you're going to think I'm not a genius because I'm saying genius. A lot of people was burned by Genius because it was a pump and dump stock at one point. But I do believe it was highly affected by the pandemic because they're a broadcast company. They're television, basically a television station, and they rely on ad revenues. They rely on people watching television and being bought by television stations and the revenue it brings in. They're a cartoon network. They've made some really good deals. They just recently signed a deal with LG to have their cartoon channels on their platform for their smart TVs. And they've making a lot of little micro deals, man, that really affects their business. And I believe as we recover, Genius Brands will be a contender in the television space, just because of their cartoon brand that they're bringing. Um, and I have kids, so I kind of relate to their programming and understand how I see how it can grow. So anyway, we have big gap up. I was in on Genius brand when it hit $1 back here, because when nobody was buying it, I'm like, it's $1. It's $1. It's a cheap stock. So you can get anything I can get 100 more shares on the cheap. I'm in on. Especially this. I didn't see this being a true penny stock. I don't see it getting below $1. Um, so anyway, Genius brand has, look at this chart. It's up, 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 up. It's been seeing this upward pressure. As you can see, these candlesticks are constantly breaking above the moving average of the Bollinger Band, the top line. And most stocks will stay within this Bollinger Band. It's been breaking. There's so much buying pressure. It's breaking through, and then coming down. When it breaks through this top of the Bollinger Band, it's going to come back down, breaking through, come back down. Big breakthrough. Look at this volume. Look at the MacD. RSI is an overbought. There's too much buying, and it just crossed over to more overbought. So it looks like we're going to reach at least the 97-point mark on the RSI. So there's a lot of buying in Genius brands. It's a cheap bet, and it's something that I'm long on. But again, people thinking pump and dump. People were burned. A lot of people, especially if you don't have the information. This is what technical analysis is so good, because you can see the numbers, and you're not just guessing, or you're not just looking at the price movement. Because if you just look at price movement, yeah, you'll be pissed off a lot. But a lot of times you'll see, I think I'm respecting this line here. A lot of times you'll see dips in the market, and you're not upset because you're prepared for it, right? And it looks like it's respecting this trend line here. So today, oh well, right now it's up. Yeah, so we're hitting $2 right now. So it's sky high right now. This may not be a good buying entry point here, because it's way above the Bollinger Band. It's going to readjust, but it's way above the Bollinger Band, so it's going to bounce down. As you see in the past, it goes up. When it goes up past the Bollinger Band, will almost always come down. And once, I'm not saying it's going to come all the way down to the red line, but it's going to come back down. And once it comes back down, takes a little bit of a breather, then that's a good entry point. But then again, we're looking at 10 cents, right? So like from here to 73, probably it'll hit. It may rest on the 73 line I drew here. Drew this line a long time ago, but it's still respecting it. So it may come around 75 cents, maybe a good entry point for Genius. So just keep an eye on it. It's easy, quick money, not a lot of risk. So anyway, this is my market analysis for today. Looking like we're still pushing towards the downside overall in the overall stock market, according to the indices and the trend, the technical analysis. So trading accordingly. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can constantly get updates on the market as I see it through technical analysis, with the charts telling me, aka math. This is all math at the end of the day. And math is in everything. So don't trade blindly. Learn technical analysis. It will change your trading forever, and it's something you can pass down to your children, to your family. Technical analysis, math hasn't changed for our whole existence. So I'm going to put some more videos on stocks that I'm watching. Also, like and subscribe so you can get notifications when I come out with my SPAC list. I'm going to start doing videos on SPACs, which is the next big thing. It's going to be better. It's better than day trading. It's better than just having your money sit in the market and watch it go up and down. It's great for people with small accounts, and it's really good to add to your arsenal. Now, if you're already day trading and all that, of course, you don't want to stop doing what you're doing, what works for you. But add SPACs to your arsenal, but you have to do it in a smart way. You don't want to just blindly start buying these SPACs because now they're coming out and they're popular, and so SPACs are going to be like the new internet boom. But you have to watch because not all SPACs will make it, and you will lose money if you don't do it with intelligence and technical analysis. This is Reggie for Trading Day, December 15th. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.